Hello and welcome to ISEFs, or Improving Spoken English in the Free State. I want to look briefly with you at collective nouns. A common question that I hear is, have you got a scissors? Technically that is correct English, but it doesn't sound correct. What the speaker should be asking is, have you got a pair of scissors? This can apply to various other things also. Other examples would be a pair of pliers, or maybe a pair of tweezers, depending of course on the type of tweezers you are using. Nouns, as we all know, are naming words. That is something that we learned in primary school already. There are four main categories of nouns. Common nouns are the common everyday objects that we have around us. Tables, chairs, doors, ceilings, etc. Proper nouns are of course the names of people, places, days of the week, months of the year, all these sort of things. And we know they are proper nouns only when they are written down so that we can see that they begin with capital letters. We have abstract nouns. Abstract nouns can be a bit confusing. They are things which cannot be detected using the 5 human senses. And just to run through the list of the 5 human senses, they are respectively sight, taste, smell, hearing, and touch. An excellent example of a list of abstract nouns is to be found in the Bible in Galatians chapter 5 verse 22, where it talks about the fruits of the Spirit. And it says the fruits of the Spirit are these: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. And there are 9 excellent examples of abstract nouns. The final form of the noun is, of course, the collective noun. Now, collective basically means lots of. And I have a list here with quite a few examples in it. Now, of course, being in the Free State, we'll have to start with an alcoholic example, this being a case of beer. The case in that case is the example of the collective noun. Now, we're in a city at the moment, and in the city we find flats. And what is our collective noun here? It is a block of flats. And as part of my lunch today, I had a banana. The banana was found originally on a bunch of bananas. I have a cell phone. On my cell phone, I have a collection of pictures. When I was at church on Sunday, I was in a congregation of worshippers. Last night, when I looked up at the night sky, I saw a constellation of stars. In actual fact, I saw many constellations of stars. There are so many other examples of collective nouns, and many of these are ones that you should in fact learn. Try to include them in your everyday spoken English. Just looking here, for example, you can talk about a class of pupils. All right, then you can have a plantation of trees. Now, some of these are common. Many of them, of course, you will find less common. An example there, a gaggle of geese. That is not a word that I hear frequently used in English. Around us here in the farmlands, we will find a hamlet of houses, a small collection of houses. Other examples here. Well, this is something that not many of you will have seen, a host of angels. I have yet to see one of those. This is very rare because in my life, with my own eyes, I have only ever seen one leopard. But if you have a collection of leopards, it is called a leap of leopards. There are many others. You can have a nest of eggs. You can have an orchestra of musicians. But the more common word for that is a band of musicians. In your garden, perhaps you have a patch of vegetables. If you are a professional car hijacker, in pursuit of you, you might find a posse of policemen. Lions, of course? Well, obviously, that's a pride of lions. And if you are going into a shop to buy strawberries, as I sometimes do after I have been paid, I would buy a punnet of strawberries. People sometimes stand in a queue, so you can call it a queue of people. You can have a series of events. You can have a suit of clothes, or if you are a military man, you can have a suit of armor. Finally, here is one which I have only ever seen written down and never heard used when referring to gorillas, as we all do on occasions. It is in fact a whoop of gorillas.